right, so what is a behavior change plan? And it actually is exactly what it says it is. It's a plan that we make to change our behaviors. And so the very first step for our behavior change plan is to self-reflect. And you don't need to do as much of this part because you have already done the wellness wheel. And on that wellness wheel, what you did was you went through and you kind of evaluated how your wellness is in all 9 of the dimensions. And so now you know maybe a location where you struggle. And so I highly suggest looking back at your wellness wheel and finding an area that you struggled in, and then using that to make a plan to change a behavior and improve that dimension of wellness. So the very first thing we do when we make a behavior change plan is we have to set a goal, because without a goal, it's hard to know if we have actually changed that behavior. So we need to set a SMART goal. It's really important that it's a SMART goal. And when I say a SMART goal, I don't mean like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. When I say a SMART goal, that means it needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Okay, these 5 things, SMART, all 5 of those components are really important to making a good goal. Without a good goal, we don't know if we actually reach it. We don't feel the change. So a SMART goal is really important and really helpful for us, okay? So I gave an example here of a SMART goal. A SMART goal is only 1 to 2 sentences, and in those 1 to 2 sentences, it should include everything of SMART. It should be very specific. We're going to talk about how we're going to measure it. We're going to say why it's attainable. We're going to say why it's important to us, why it's relevant to us, and then we're going to give it a specific time or date that we will complete it by. That way we know that we will reach it. And so my example here is to graduate from college. Now that seems like it would be a SMART goal, right? That is good. I want you to graduate from college, obviously, but that is not a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, because graduating from college does not include all of those components, right? So if we go through and we nitpick each of those things, it's not very specific. What college are we going to graduate from? What degree are you going to get? Right? These things. So then you can see an example down here of a SMART goal is graduate from NMC fall 2022 with a degree in liberal arts, health and PE emphasis, so that I can be 1 step closer to becoming a physical therapist. Okay, so I have a time frame. Fall 2022 is my time. It's specific. I said the college I'm going to. I said the degree I'm going to get. I said it was relevant because this is my goal after this, is to become a physical therapist. So I have relevance, I have time, I have attainability, I have measurability, and I have specifics. So then we move down, and then I set up a reward system, okay? So once we set our goal, now what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to actually make that plan. It's a behavior change plan. So to reach this goal, what I have to do is I have to make a plan of how I will change my behaviors to reach that goal. If this goal were a very simple and easy goal, it wouldn't be there wouldn't be a point of making a behavior change plan for it, because you could just do it, right? And so behavior change plans are for something that's going to be difficult for you to do. So something that's going to be hard, that's going to be challenging, okay? And so it's, you write down your goal. Now we're going to make steps to reach it. We're going to make little mini goals along the way to help us feel like we're on track and make sure that we stay on track to reach that goal. And the other thing is that's really important is that a lot of times we think, oh, I'll just say I'm going to do it. I'm just going to use my willpower. Well, if that were the case, you would already be doing it, and it wouldn't be necessary to do a behavior change plan. So these are things that are hard, things that we might think we would struggle to do, and then we're going to make a plan to do it. And so here is a reward system that we're going to set up that has little mini goals to help make sure that we're on track to reach that big goal, those behaviors that we're going to change. So we have our goals here. We have our rewards that we're going to give ourselves. So it's important that when we do reach a stage or a mini goal along the way, that we do reward ourselves and we recognize when we're doing great, because it's important to recognize the good things that we're doing. And then a really important key of this is when these will happen. So notice I have a date. Get a C or higher on my HE 150 test number 1. So then I would look up my test date and put that down because I know when my test will be. And if I get a C or higher, I would get ice cream, and then I could mark it off. If I don't get a C or higher, I don't get ice cream, right? Does that make sense? So the next component that we'll look at is challenges and solutions. So something will go wrong along this way, okay? So there is going to be things that set you back, that you didn't expect to happen. And so we're going to forecast challenges and solutions. So we're going to see what are some things that could go wrong and prevent me from reaching my goal. And when these happen, what are some solutions to get around this? Because I want to be ready so that I do reach this goal. And so, for example, I have for my schoolwork, if I play on my cell phone too much, then I'm not going to get enough study time. How many of us have been studying? Oh yeah, I'm studying. Oh, text, check my phone. Oh, that they have a link to a YouTube video, and spend 10 minutes on your phone before you get back to your studies that you were on. So one thing that you could do when you notice that your cell phone is hindering you, you could put your cell phone in a separate room and leave it there, let's say for an hour until your alarm goes off. That way it won't distract you. So you're thinking of things that might make this goal difficult, that might make it harder for you to reach your goal, and come up with a fix, a solution, so that you can reach your goal. Then the very last thing that I want you to include are your resources that you need. And so these are the things that you need to gather to help you be prepared. And so for for the goal of graduating from NMC, I have things like a laptop and internet, especially now that we are online more. And then if you're going to use the internet, notice that you can't just put the internet, because the internet is full of endless possibilities. The internet can be used for anything. I specifically have Khan Academy, Biology Ninja, Moodle, the CDC. I have specific websites that I may use, okay? So you're going to put all of this together in a nice format. It's up to you what format you choose to put it in, but you're going to identify something that you want to change, a behavior you want to change. You're going to set that SMART goal. Then you're going to set up a reward system. Think of some challenges that might happen, and then give me resources that you need for this, okay? But remember, you can't use graduating from NMC or passing it in any NMC class, any class specifically, because I already did that. I want you to come up with a goal specifically to you.